The other thing is money. The other thing is that people like Chris Ruddy, who I think is a very responsible, interesting conservative, runs Newsmax, says that the reason why Mitt Romney lost is because people didn't like him. But what Chris doesn't understand is that the reason they didn't like Mitt Romney is that he seemed only to care about money. He seemed only to care about profit, and that he didn't have any communal sense to him that could be applied to government. The Republicans don't see that a pure obsession with free market economics comes across to everybody else in the country who isn't them as too cold-blooded, as too cold-hearted. And the fact that with almost 8% unemployment, with the people thinking the country is going in the wrong direction, that they still voted for Barack Obama makes it an even bigger rejection of the Republicans and conservatism than they are willing to admit to themselves.
Rick, just going back, this love of the Founding Fathers has gotten to a point of not reverence for their courage in standing up to the British Empire and putting their lives on the line and being quite enlightened in so many ways given who they were. But this notion that the freemen of this country are the white men of property. And that is really what Romney ran on, white men of property. He didn't say it. Intellectually, I don't think he ever put it in any words. But look at who he was rallying to as Howard just pointed out, that seemed to be the rallying cry. Men of property, join together, defend the wagon train against the onslaught of the others. That seemed to be what they were doing in this campaign.
Well, let's be fair to the Founding Fathers. For their time, they were pretty darn progressive. And the idea that, for example, that they drew up the Constitution as a mandate for small government, just the exact reverse of the truth. We had small government under the Articles of Confederation. The framers went for big government. And yeah, they gave small government arguments when they wrote the Federalist Papers, just like you always try to appeal to the arguments of the other side. But they just don't understand what the framers were up to, and they worship them rather than trying to imitate them.
Well, the other thing is
they weren't thinking of Sally Hemings' vote. I'm sure that.
The other thing
that would be a guess.
Quickly, Chris, the other thing is that when you listen to the explanations that the Republicans and conservatives give for why they lost, they would say, well, the the black community and the Hispanic community voted overwhelmingly for the president.
The urban vote.
The urban vote. And as if those votes don't count as much as everybody else's vote. And as if that's some kind of explanation, explanation for the weird phenomenon of the fact that the Republicans didn't win. There was this extraterrestrial force out there of African Americans and Hispanics. Well, duh, that's the country.
The last person to try that, I hate to say that, and this has no bearing on the Republican Party, and these references are always dangerous, but I'll take it anyway. The last guy to refer to the black auxiliary was Hitler. Anyway, thank you, Rick Hertzberg, and thank you. During the 36 Olympics, we had Jesse Owens and a couple other guys winning the Olympics, and they were saying, well, they had their auxiliary out there. Anyway, thank you. Coming up.